All right, so the old roof is off. Checked all of the framing and joists and all that stuff for the roof, and it's got like dark marks from water and stuff, but here's the thing, it was built out of cedar. There is zero rot, which is phenomenal. So we don't have to replace any of the joists. All we've got to do is put new roofing on. Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So as you saw, Mr. Smith and I replaced the roof of the greenhouse, potting shed, whatever you want to call it. And we got all of that done yesterday. All that's left is one piece of trim to put up, which I'm painting to match the house. I've had a lot of questions about the house, when it's going to go on the market, all of this stuff. It won't be much longer. We've got just a few more things to do before that time. You know, when you buy a house, you have all this list of things that you want to do to it to make it better, and then you think you've got plenty of time to do it, and normally you do, but when you find that you've got to move, all of those things seem to need to be done now, at least as much as possible. And so we have a couple more things to do, finishing up a little bit of painting and having our deck repaired, but it won't be much longer. And I did actually this morning post on my Facebook page just kind of a general description of the property and the link to the old Zillow listing. So if anybody wants to see the house, what it looked like before we got our hands on it, you can go to my Facebook page, Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and you can see the link for the old, again, the old listing, and you can see what the house looked like when we bought it. So, you know, none of the renovations. You'll see like the old gas fireplace, you'll see the old kitchen, you know, all of that stuff before we started making renovations. People have been asking what we're going to sell it for. We don't know yet. We have like a range idea, but until we actually talk to a realtor, which we have not done yet, we won't know for sure. But when the time comes, I will do a video tour of the entire house and property for all the world to see. But, you know, as I said, we've been doing a lot of stuff here at the house, lots of painting, lots of, you know, all the little things we've wanted to do all along, and now we're getting them done for the next person that lives here, the next family. Oh, we got a bird fight going on here. What in the world? He just crashed into the greenhouse. Chill out, y'all. I'm trying to do a video here. So we've been working on other things around the house here as well. We actually painted the ceiling of our house. You know, our house is very cabin-ish. A lot of wood, very rustic feel to it. But we decided to paint the ceilings because it would brighten up the space, look really nice. And then I've been staining the beams, and so by painting the ceiling nice and light colored and then staining the beams really dark, the contrast is just, it's great, and the beams just pop on the ceiling. So again, something we had been wanting to do and doing it now. I also installed balusters on the loft because there was railings up there, but that was it, and it just felt way too open. I have a little thing about heights, and so it would give me a little bit of an anxiety when I was up there. And so I installed balusters and stained them dark, the same color actually as the beams, and it looks really, really good. So lots of things going on here at the homestead, getting it ready for the big day, right? I also went on a little bit of road trip. Now, of course, you know we're moving, so I had made a trip to, or another trip to Alabama, taking a load, a U-Haul trailer full of stuff. And instead of coming straight back from Alabama, I instead drove on up to Tennessee, to Fort Campbell, because it was my grandbaby's birthday.
Happy birthday to Emma. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Emma. Happy birthday to you.
Blow out the candles. Yay! And on the way up there, I actually saw a billboard. Now, I've driven that route many, many times because, you know, we lived in Alabama forever. My son has been stationed there at Fort Campbell for quite a while. And when I was driving up there, I saw a billboard for something I had never seen before. Dolly Parton has a travel center. So of course I made a stop for that along the way. It was really cute, very packed. Apparently it had only been open for about 2 weeks. And so that was just a cute little stop. They had like a takeout barbecue kind of place in there. There was also like a sit-down restaurant and all of that. But my favorite was the coffee shop, of course. And they have the cinnamon bread loaves that Dollywood is famous for. On my way up there to Tennessee that morning, when I was heading up there, I stopped at Buc-ee's to fill up. And I also got myself one of their brisket breakfast burritos. So they are delicious. And one of the few places that you can find non-pork related breakfast foods. But as I was walking through Buc-ee's, I saw this hat for a little girl. And I had this thought that I needed to get it. And I'm like, no, 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 don't push it. Don't do that. So I didn't. Well, then when I got up there and we celebrated Emma's birthday, my son reached into his pocket and he handed something to Emma. And he said, give this to Oma because there's one more present. And as soon as I saw what it was, I knew what it was. Y'all, we've got another grandbaby coming. And that hat that I almost bought said, Big Sister. So, exciting news. Grandbaby number 4 is on the way, and he or she is due in February, the same month as Daddy's birthday, which is kind of neat. So with that, y'all, I'm going to get back to work on the things that need to be done here. God bless y'all, and I'll talk to y'all next time.